for some of you that have played Blox fruits, the entire purpose of the game is that you roll random fruits until you get a good fruit, and then you use that fruit to fight. But some people who don't want to wait for fruits can pick a certain one out randomly that they want and buy it permanently. But that costs real Robux. The thing is, it costs thousands of Robux. The most expensive one, Kitsune, is literally 4,000 Robux. That is £50. But then it got me thinking, how much are all the fruits in real money? And then got me thinking, what could you get for the same amount of money in the real world? And that's what I aim to solve today. So I assembled this group with the two best Blox fruit nerds I know, because I am awful at the game, and we have just found an item that matches up to every single price of a Blox fruit. So, let's find out what you can get instead of Blox fruits. I just want to say, no hate towards any Blox fruit players, or no hate towards any Blox fruit devs themselves. I just thought this would be a bit of fun, alright? Yeah. Also, we've split the fruits into 4 categories to help basically divide on which ones we would buy and maybe not. We will list each category and we'll list the price of each fruit as we go. Just to be clear, because we're British, all these prices are in pound, but because of the Robux rule Roblox made a while ago, you know, about them all being the same prices, £10 and $10 equals 800 Robux, then they should be the same, so in dollars, so yeah. Also, we're getting all our things off Amazon, and yeah, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but just one more thing before we start, please subscribe. I'm going to try hit 500 subscribers by the end of this year, and I know it's just started, but that's the point. That is almost half of my subscribers, so I need to get there now, and I'm going to start pressing forward. So please subscribe, I really appreciate it, and enjoy the video. Here it actually starts. To kick things off with our first category, we have the ones we may buy, depending on what else is up for grabs, but we would possibly buy if we wanted to, you know? The first fruit in our mind was obviously Rocket, which literally what it will get you is the Lost Bookshop book on Amazon Kindle, just over £1. Yeah, exactly. Which, you know, isn't much, but yeah, I think I'd stick with the rocket fruit over that. Now the next fruit on our minds is Spin Fruit, which will get you literally a set of pens. I'm not kidding, a set of school pens that you find in your mate's locker. I think I'd rather stick with the pens. So for Chop, I'm going to be real, I did not do Chop. I did not even do the first category, that was all my cousin Funny Worty. And I'm going to be real, he got a bit smart. He couldn't find anything online for exactly that much money that he hadn't put, you know, that wasn't too low, for the stuff he searched up. So, might be because he's a bit stupid. So what he did is he found out that grabbed by a local sweet shop, you could get 12 gobstoppers and 5 gumballs at my local sweet shop. So well done on him. Yeah, so I think I'd rather go with the sweets on that because, yeah, I like gobstoppers and gumballs. So the spring one, the one who looks depressed as I am while trying to make this video. Well, that one, instead you can buy 2 lollipop craft sticks. I think I'd rather get the fruit because I'm not very crafty myself, so I don't have an imagination. What do you expect? Now next is obviously the explosion of them all, Bomb Fruit, which will get you some special Swiss chocolate. Swiss premium chocolate apparently. I don't know what that means. Yeah. But you know what? I love chocolate. Oh, it's from Swiss means Switzerland. How did I not know that? Yeah, some chocolate from Switzerland. So you know what? I think I'll take the chocolate, thank you. I wouldn't mind trying it actually. It seems quite nice. Isn't it funny how like smoke comes immediately after bomb in like the pricing list? You know, like the explosion's gone, but no, smoke's still there. It's actually kind of cool. But anyways, for the price of smoke, you can get instead a Christmas book called the Christmas Book Club. Which, once again, I'm not really a reader, so I'm just going to stick with the fruit here. Spike's one of those fruits which honestly sounds more deadly than it should be. You know, if you go up to someone who's never played the game and say, you know, I have spike fruit, it honestly sounds more deadly than it should be. And it's literally like under £5. But what you can also get for under £5 is basically some funny sign you can put outside your room, basically saying, do not come in, achievement unlocked, enter the gaming area. I'll be honest, I'll probably buy them, so I can tell my family to get the hell out. Well, in Blox fruit, we have both flame fruit and magma fruit. Let's be honest, I don't know if it's really the same thing. Next, I'll be trying to cap with something like lava fruit, and then something like fire fruit. It sounds like something that'll come up in a future update. If you steal my idea, £5 per person who uses it. Anyways, instead of flame fruit, you could get this alien poo plushie toy, which is absolutely adorable. And I would absolutely buy it in a heartbeat. I don't need flame fruit, I'll just wait until they release fire fruit. So, falcon fruit next. For this one, you can simply just get a t-shirt that literally says, please don't make me do stuff. Which I would honestly get, because I don't like doing stuff. Well, here we are, the last one of this category. Last ones of the, you know, fruits I would maybe buy. And this one is ice. And I got to admit, my friend, you know, Lazy Gengar, I've shown him in a couple of videos, he uses ice. And it honestly looks pretty cool. But not as cool as these gaming headphones. Now, I'm not a big headphones guy. I don't even use them to play games. I just use my speakers and this microphone. But I would possibly maybe get this as a Christmas present. It looks kind of cool. So yeah, I'd probably get this instead of the fruit. But ice fruit's still pretty cool. So that's up for debate, I'd say. Well, that's the first category done. And overall, I'd say there was some pretty good contenders in there. For most of them, I'd probably get the actual fruit in game over the physical items, because they're not too cheap. Like, if I had to get all of them, I'd obviously just get the items in real life. But if I had to get like one or two of them, I'd probably get the fruits. But yeah, it's all up to debate. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would you buy? Which ones would you buy? Which ones would you not? And here we move on to our second category. The ones I would buy if it was necessary. So we're starting off with sand fruit from the new category. And this one is simple. You could get a Toblerone for it. And I'll say what I'll say on my hand. Toblerones are delicious. So I'm easily picking the Toblerone over the sand. I don't know about you. I love how we go from sand, the nice warm sandy beaches, to dark. It sounds so evil and stuff. But anyways, for dark, you can get this actually decent wireless mouse. It's actually pretty cool. And it shocks me that you would buy dark fruit instead of that, because it looks to be a pretty good mouse actually. Diamond fruit, for someone who hasn't watched One Piece or played Blox fruits, it just sounds like the best fruit. You know, if you would say, oh yeah, I have diamond fruit, it sounds like you're an absolute god. You sound like it's the best thing ever. But it's only 1,000 Robux. And what you can get instead of that is a Apple iPhone XR phone case. From Avengers, I think that is, yeah. Which, I'll be honest, is cooler. Because diamond fruit is awful. So I think I'm sticking with the phone case. Light fruit, I know firsthand because I used this in First C. And I can say it's a very useful fruit. But for the same price, you can also get Mammoth Maths, the kids game. I think I'd rather buy light fruit than this. And I think you all would as well. It honestly just looks like a maths game for kids. Right, well next up is rubber, which honestly sounds like an awful fruit. Like, it sounds really bad because, well, it's rubber. But hey, it's better than diamond. And instead you can get Yahtzee. Like the game Yahtzee, where you roll dices, and that's all I know about it. I've never played Yahtzee, but my nana likes it, so I'm going to assume it's absolutely boring, and I'm gonna say I'd rather stick with rubber fruit over that. So instead of barrier fruit, you can get charades, the game, you know, we have to pretend to be a character and they have to guess who it is. But this one's an actual game, so the game gives you a character to do, which, I'll be honest, I enjoy that, so I wouldn't mind, you know, taking that instead. So I'm going to go with charades on this one. Sorry, barrier fruit. The next fruit is ghost fruit, which honestly sounds more scary than it is. And on the topic of magic and ghosts, instead you can get, and I kid you not, Harry Potter Uno. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's Harry Potter Uno, which I would love, I'm not going to lie. Harry Potter Uno with my family, that sounds amazing. Not with my family, my mates. So we have Fire 2.0 here, we have Magma Fruit. Yeah, and instead of this you can get a box game called Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, which I would absolutely buy because it sounds like something like Exploding Kittens, and I love Exploding Kittens. Quake was the first ever fruit I ever used in Blox Fruit. When Edon came up to me when I was first playing the game and just gave me it, I didn't realise it was legendary at that point because I'd only just got into the game. But if I didn't want to waste actual Robux on Quake, I guess I could get the original Connect 4, which is just so simple. So I think I'm going to stick with the Quake fruit on that one, but that might be because it was my first ever fruit and it's kind of nostalgic and stuff like that. So I am slightly biased. Buddha is also a fruit I am decently known about because I use that one right now. I'm just not very good with it. I only ever use it to shift into big form. But instead of that, you can buy basically a murder mystery, which I think is quite good. I'd definitely buy that over permanent Buddha. I've just looked at what you can buy instead of love fruit, and damn, that goes down really fast. So you can either get permanent love fruit or Monopoly's Cheaters Edition. That really went down fast. Now, I'm not a big fan of Monopoly. I'm not sure if many people are because it goes on for a long time. But I would love to try Cheaters Edition. I never have. And plus, I always steal from my brother. So I'm gonna go with Monopoly Cheaters Edition. Spider seems like one of those scary fruits in the game, but here's something more scary. A set of cards with conversation starters for couples. Oh, I need to get new friends. I'm going with the spider fruit on this one just because why? What? To be fair, he probably bought this, that's probably why he recommended it. Sound, I imagine, is a very loud one. I won't know because I've never used it, but I expect it has like a little line on the side that says like volume, and then your volume has to be high for you to do high damage in the game. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to look it up because I like thinking. But if you want something in the real world instead of Perm that, you can get the happiest game on Earth, which I think is basically just Cards of Humanity, but for Disney. So I think I'll go with that, because it seems fun. Oh, well, you look at that. For the last one, I said that it looks like Cards of Humanity, but for Phoenix, it is Cards of Humanity. Phoenix Fruit is the same price as Cards of Humanity, and you know what I'm picking? Cards Against Humanity, easily. No one can convince me otherwise. So, instead of Portal, which happens to be the same price as Phoenix, that is our first double price, so there's only 2 in this entire list. Well, 2 pairs, so technically 4. You can get a cool looking vacuum cleaner? We say Hoover in England, so yeah. You get a cool looking Hoover, which looks more like a light bulb, I'm not going to lie. So I think I'm going to stick with the Portal fruit for this, just because it looks more like a light bulb. That's what I'm worried about. I'm going to be honest, Rumble looks a bit like simplified Kitsune, you know what I mean? Just take Kitsune, make it as simplified as the Discord logo became when they did that, and boom, you've got Rumble. But if you don't want this simplified Kitsune, you can get a Bonnie plushie. Yeah. Withered Bonnie plushie, sorry. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm going with the Withered Bonnie plushie, so I can scare everyone. I'm so evil. Bro, look at Pain Fruit for a second. Just look at him. He doesn't even want to be here. He's mad that I've spent the last 3 days editing this. Oh my goodness. But if you don't want to look at that, you can instead get, and I kid you not, for the same price as Perm Pain, you can get Just Dance 2024 edition, including the mythological pack, which I don't know what that means. But, oh wait, it's just an extra add-on pack. But yeah, you can get Just Dance 2024. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Just Dance, but I think I'd rather get that over the Pain Fruit. Isn't Blizzard just like the upgraded ice? You know, you got the ice fruit and then you got the Blizzard fruit. They're basically the same thing if you ask me, except the prices are different. And for this one, you can instead get, and I kid you not, where does Gizzy find this stuff? He found a One Piece Halloween costume. I never watched One Piece, but where does he find this stuff? Where does he find this stuff? My goodness. But I think I'm gonna go with the Blizzard fruit on this one because no. Gravity fruit feels something straight pulled out of Terraria, but that might be because the gravity globe is from Terraria and I'm just getting, you know, like thinking like that. But instead of that, you can get this memory foam pillow. Now, memory foam's actually alright, so I'm gonna go with this pillow because maybe it'll help me sleep at night, or if it's not, at the very least, at least it can help me remember where I left my other pillow. Now, Mama Fruit, I love the design of. It's probably one of my favourite designed fruits, but I don't think it's as good as this gaming mouse. This one is good. So I'm gonna stick with the mouse. I'm sorry, Mama Fruit, but yeah. Now, T-Rex and Mammoth are the second pair of fruits with the same price, which is $29.38. And right now, over T-Rex, you could get what is called a Bluetooth beanie, which I think is like basically headphones, but in a beanie, which I am absolutely getting. I'm not going to lie, I almost put Doe in the category above, but Gizzy Boyo told me not to, and you'll understand why he told me not to when you hear the name of the next category. But I gotta be honest, it just sounds really weak. Like, if you think of Doe, it just sounds like, you know, like batter for bread. It sounds weak, but apparently it's not, so apparently it's in high demand. You can either get that permanently, or you get this electric fan that goes around your neck, apparently, which keeps you nice and cool. I'd rather go for the Doe fruit, only because right now, as I'm editing this video, I am freezing and do not need to get any more colder. So I think I'm going to go with the Doe fruit instead. We are now finished with the If It Was Necessary category, and now we move on to the next category, my personal favourite name, Total Waste of Money. Do you see why I left Doe fruit out now? This is only a short category, only about 6 of them, so to kick things off, we're going to start with Shadow, which looks like Bootleg Dark, I'm not going to lie. But if you don't want Bootleg Dark, you can instead get a massage gun, which I would absolutely get, because everyone needs a massage gun in their life. Venom looks more like Death Fruit. They should rename this to Death Fruit, I think. But if you don't want branded Death Fruit, you can get this handbag. This looks like a nice present for my mum. I think I'd buy her that instead of Venom Fruit. I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of you will probably buy the Venom Fruit instead, which, what is wrong with you? Controls Fruit sounds like one of those deadliest fruits in the game, you know, like Control Fruit. Sounds like you can control everything. Or you could buy this USB flashlight, which I would honestly rather get, because like it's 30 quid. At least I'm gonna spend it on something useful then. Come on. Now, Spirit is a really cool name for a fruit, and I totally get it. And the design is sick. It looks a bit like my Minecraft character. But if you don't want that, you can get a shoulder bag, which I'm gonna be honest, it looks pretty sick. And once again, if I don't want it, I could just give it away as a present to like my mum or my grandma or something. So I'm gonna go with that. Right now, while I'm editing this video, Dragon hasn't been redone yet. So right now we're just going to stick with classic Dragon prices. But if you don't want classic Dragon Perm fruit, you can instead get Crocs. And I'm not kidding. Who wouldn't want Crocs? Now, to end off this category, we are going to be doing Leopard, which has a cool design, I'm not going to lie, but it is almost 40 quid. And you can get instead the original Game Boy Advance Lego Star Wars, the video game, which is so hard to get nowadays. So I would honestly rather get that over Leopard. It's just, I'm a big Lego game fan, and this is top. And for our final category, it's just pay to win, because there's only one in it, and that's Kitsune. For Kitsune, we did something a bit different. We actually laid out 4 items which are the same price. Now, Kitsune is obviously one item, it's the most expensive, it's 50 quid. So you know what else you can get for 50 quid? You can get an entire gaming desk that looks amazing. But if you don't want a gaming desk, you want an actual game, then you can get Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which is meant to be one of Nintendo's best games. Well, let's say you're not a Super Mario fan. Well, you can get Jedi Survivor instead. And to top it all off, what is the same price as all that is Hogwarts Legacy. So you could either get Kitsune or Hogwarts Legacy. And to top it all off, to make it better, a actual Kitsune plushie, like a real plushie in the real world, only costs 15 quid. A plushie costs less than the in-game item. Now that is shocking. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.